The Charter Act of 1813 primarily focused on the governance of which country? Option A is correct, India. Under the Charter Act of 1813, the British government allowed the entry of which company in India's trade? Option D is correct, British East India Company. The Charter Act of 1813 abolished the monopoly of the British East India Company in which sector? Option C is correct, textile trade. The Charter Act of 1813 authorized the British government to regulate trade with China through which route? Control. Option B is correct, treaty ports. The Charter Act of 1813 allowed Christian missionaries to enter and propagate their religion in India under which condition? Option B is correct, they must obtain a license from the British government. The Charter Act of 1813 established a fund for the education of Indians known as. Option B is correct, Oriental Education Fund. The Charter Act of 1813 increased number of members of the Board of Control from 4 to. Option C is correct, 10. The Charter Act of 1813 introduced the system of submitting an annual report on. Option A is correct, political situation in India. The Charter Act of 1813 gave power to the British courts in India to try European accused of serious crime under which provision? Option C is correct, Supreme Court Act. The Charter Act of 1813 allowed the British government to appoint the Governor-General of India for a term of how many years? Option B is correct, 7 years. The Charter Act of 1813 granted freedom of trade in India to which country other than Britain? Option C, Netherlands. The Charter Act of 1813 extended the territorial sovereignty of the British government to the island of. C. Maldives. The Charter Act of 1813 prohibited the appointment of Europeans as collectors of land revenue in which region of India? Option A, Bengal. The Charter Act of 1813 initiated the process of converting the British East India Company's debit into which form? Option A, stocks. Under the Charter Act of 1813, the Governor-General of India was required to consult with which body for making laws and regulations? Option D is correct, Indian Council.